Hello, writers. We talked about how writers conduct research in an efficient way by generating broad questions for research, using Boolean language, and using credible sources. Something else that's very important to think about when you are conducting research is paraphrasing information from your sources. Paraphrase means writing it or telling it in your own words. If you come across words you don't know in a website, then you shouldn't use that information, or you should use a dictionary to understand the words you don't know so that you can put it in your own language. So let's look at an example of how to paraphrase. These are questions that a researcher once answered. We looked at this already. So her big question, she wants to answer all of these smaller questions, and she combined them to come up with a nice broad question: what is life like in a wolf pack? So when she begins and goes out to do her research, let's say she comes across this website. And it's looking like a good website. It's definitely about wolves and life in a wolf pack. And so I'm just going to pretend that I am the researcher. You can find a host of wolf packs within high school and college athletic programs. And why not? In a battle of mascots, North Carolina State University's Mr. Wolf would devour Sammy the Slug of University of California, Santa Cruz, hands down. Okay, so right now I'm thinking that they're just trying to hook the reader by saying, of course a wolf is a great mascot. They're fierce, they're aggressive, and if they were going against a mascot that was a slug, the wolf would eat the slug up, obviously, no problem. However, in nature, wolf packs are less about, there's a word that's big, ferocity. It makes me think of the word ferocious, and I know that if something is ferocious, it's aggressive and wild. So I guess that's what that means. Wolf packs are less about ferocity and more about order. That's interesting. So really, instead of being so wild, life in a wolf pack has lots of order to it. So I think I'm going to write down in my notes underneath. Let's see if I can get down here. Using bullet, lots of order. I'm not writing incomplete sentences right now because I'm not at the part where I'm publishing my writing. I'm just taking notes, so it's okay if I have misspelled words right now, as long as I look them up later, and it's okay that I'm not writing incomplete sentences. Also, I didn't copy anything word for word from the website, which is good. Let's keep reading. The complex wolf pack dynamics more resemble those of a teenage clique than a group of wild beasts. That's weird. I think they're saying that life in a wolf pack, that the wolves are more like teenagers than they are wild beasts. That's kind of interesting and also a bit confusing, so I'm going to read on to understand that. Of course, they still stalk prey, such as elk or rabbits, and get into vicious fights with each other, but you'll discover that these canines follow an incredibly sophisticated group hierarchy. So those are some big words. If I don't know what those words mean, I don't want to just copy them into my research. I need to understand them so that I can paraphrase them. If I had another section of my text where I wanted to learn about what wolves eat and how they survive, then I could put these details in here about the prey that they go after. But this particular section, what is life like in a wolf pack, that's probably not, those aren't details I want to put in that section. So what I do want to know is I want to know this word hierarchy. What does that mean? So a good researcher would go find out before trying to paraphrase. I am going to copy this. I am going to go to one of my favorite resources for looking up words. It's an online dictionary. merriam-webster.com. This is a great one, maybe to write on the board or to refer to. So now I'm going to paste that word in and see what does it mean. And down here it says it's a group that controls an organization and is divided into different levels. Also, it can mean a system in which people or things are placed in a series of levels with different importance or status. That kind of makes sense. And it is kind of like teenagers, because a lot of the times teenagers, certain ones are more popular than others, and there's lots of drama sometimes. So I guess that's what it's like in a wolf pack. Some are very important members in the wolf pack. And also it says a group that controls an organization and is divided into different levels. So the wolf pack must be divided into different levels. Now also, I love this website because if I want to use this word hierarchy, but maybe I didn't know how to say it, maybe I thought it was hierarchy and I wasn't sure, and I know that I'm going to be publishing my writing and reading it to the, to an audience, this actually will read the word to me so that I can be sure how to pronounce it. It also gives clues over here, but if I want to listen to it, I can click the little button. Now notice it's not working, but up here, this popped up. Let's see if I can get it to come back out. I'm going to say always allow plugins on this website. It is a trustworthy website, and say done, and then let me try that again. Let me make sure my volume's up, because usually that works when I tell it that. Yeah, volume's up. Having trouble? Let's see. Let's try to pull that out again.
Hierarchy.
Here we go. Okay, so I can listen again.
Hierarchy.
I think I just didn't, I wasn't patient. I didn't give it long enough to do that. So now I'm going to paraphrase that section. It's divided into different levels. Let me go back to the website. You'll discover that these canines, these animals, follow an incredibly sophisticated group hierarchy. So they are divided into different levels in this very sophisticated way. So I think when I write those notes, I'm going to say lots of order. Pack is divided. Get back to that. It's divided into different levels, depending on I want to say something about importance. Divided up. Pack is divided based on importance. And I'm going to look for more details so I can explain that better in my research. But this is a way that writers paraphrase, and that's really important. It's going to save you time, and it's going to make you sound like you and not a robot or not a website. You definitely want to put it in your own words. Good luck.